guys out there? I mean, what did you like? What did you need to work on and clean up going into this week?
Yeah, I liked the effort we played with. I thought the guys played really, really hard. You know, and I thought we were attacking the ball, which is something we, you know, made a major point of emphasis. I thought they did a good job with that. I think from a, you know, clean it up perspective, there's always there's always numerous things. But I keep going back to, you know, communication. I thought overall pretty good job, but definitely some things to clean up there too, as well. So, you know, like any week, there's stuff left a little meat on the bone and stuff to clean up.
Defensive player of the week for the AFC.
Yeah.
Just what does he mean to the defense?
He's a great leader. He's a great communicator. You know, total pro. Very happy for him because he's a guy that does the right thing every day. Just works really, really hard, and you know, it's great to see him get honored that way. It really is. He's a huge part of everything we do.
What kind of challenges Burrow in terms of balancing pressure or coverage?
Yeah, I mean, he's just pretty good against everything, so he's definitely a challenge. You know, he hangs in there, incredibly accurate thrower, and just a tough guy. You know, I see that in the way he's played over the years and just watching him over the years. Yeah, he's a very, very accurate thrower, hangs in the pocket, and a really bright guy. You know, knows what to get into from a protection perspective and where the ball should go, so it'll definitely be a challenge.
Do you guys get up for every game? Do you think they get up more for games like this? Top quarterback, 2 top receivers.
I just think it's a great challenge for our guys, and you know, obviously they got a bunch of great players, and I think the guys are doing a great job, working hard, trying to get the game plan right. You know, get out there and play well on Sunday. So I'm just so focused on that right now, and I think they are too. Just getting the game plan right and the communication there. So, but they have been doing things the right way.
Now I know
this week.
When it comes to pass rush and people mostly look at sacks, how important are pressures and just getting that consistent pressure like you guys did Sunday?
Yeah, like sacks are great, and that's a very important part, right? Obviously because of the negative plays, but you want to be able to affect the quarterback. And we talk about hands, hits, hurries every day, and that's super important to us. You know, even batted ball, you know, creating middle push in the pocket, getting the quarterback off the spot. All that stuff can play a factor in incomplete passes, right? And a successful down for the defense. So for us, it's a huge point of emphasis. It's a really, really important. Like if you get 10 sacks in the season, you had a really good year in this league. You know, you may have rushed the passer 650 times. So what'd you do with the other 640 snaps? You might have affected the quarterback a whole lot. And that to me is how we evaluate who's really, really productive in the rush.
What steps does Mason Smith have to take to be a consideration to the end?
Yeah, I think Mason's just getting healthy and getting him the opportunity to, you know, play a little bit more. Obviously, he came in so late in the tail end of camp, but he's done a really good job, and you know, every week's different. So he's been working really, really hard. You know, I love coaching the guy, and I think he's getting better every day.
With one game now down, is it fair to say that the rookies, you see a big improvement from week 1, week 2, and specifically Travis Hunter?
It could finish the end of that. I'm sorry.
Like,
Repeat the end of that.
from week 1 to week 2, do you see a big jump or progress for the rookies, and specifically Travis? Do you expect that?
Yeah, I think for everybody, just as a team, your biggest jump in the season is from week 1 to week 2. I totally agree with that overall. And obviously, you're always hopeful that's the case for the rookies too. And you know, I think he's incrementally gotten better each day he has, and the more and more he gets the opportunity to go out there and do that, you know, I think he will progress, and I think there will be a jump for him.
Liam was talking about Travis getting more snaps on defense. Just, you know, what does he bring to the table in terms of being able to put him in there and switch guys around?
Yeah, I just think, you know, Travis is a great athlete, you know, and he's an aggressive player on defense, so that's what we love about him. And like I said, he's been doing everything he can on both ends of it to be the best he can be as a defensive player and an offensive player. But he definitely puts another guy out there with all skills, you know, attention to detail and a physical style of play. So we're excited with his progress to this point on defense.
How do you slow down a guy like Jamar Chase?
Yeah, I mean, he's an incredible football player. You know, you really have to. Everybody's got to do their 1/11th every game against this guy. And you know, obviously he's had so many successful outings against a lot of different teams. So definitely a hard guy to stop, you know, because he really has a great catch radius. He's really good at the top of the route. He's good on line of scrimmage. So, you know, I think he has a lot of qualities that make him the lead receiver. So you really got to do a great job within the game plan. Obviously, you know, knowing where he is and like I said, doing your job on the back end every play. Is, you know, because one play can get you.
Just how valuable is Jordan Lewis? I mean, the veteran leadership making plays in week 1 for the defense.
Yeah, he's extremely valuable. Not even just as a player. I mean, you watch him go out there and play. He's got great ball skills. He attacks the ball, and he's a physical guy. You know, he's really a unique person because he's got unbelievable leadership qualities. Just very honest with his teammates. You know, honest with me all the time. He's a guy that I rely on and trust out there because he's a great communicator as well. Like I said about Foye, and he's a guy that does things right every day. So it shows up on Sunday. You know what I mean? And you can't have enough of those guys, and we value him a whole lot. That's for sure.
Playing as much dime as you did last week, what kind of flexibility does that give you?
Yeah, I think every game's different, but it definitely gives you a little bit of flexibility against when those, you know, when they play smaller groupings, more receivers on the field. You know, and it kind of gives you an opportunity to play different guys. And like I said, every game's different. You know, we may not do that in every game, but it does give you some certain flexibilities. And the guys who are in there at those positions have done a good job of being involved in the pressures, you know, being able to play the run game, and then obviously some of the stuff we're giving them the opportunity to do in the pass game and the pass coverage.
Your first regular season game as a defensive coordinator under your belt. Did you learn anything different?
No, I just think you guys asked last week. I think you're always learning your players. You know what I mean, and learning what we can get better at, who does what well, and you know when the lights go on, who shows up and who performs. And I thought, like I said, how I opened this was I thought the guys played really, really physical, which we have to keep doing it. You know what I mean? I can't go away. If we're going to be a good defense, we have to be a physical defense. We got to run to the ball. We got to attack the ball, and you got to show up with the right culture every day. That starts with how you walk in the building every day. So I learned that you know our guys will go out there and play as hard as they can every snap of the game, which is what I thought they did.
3 turnovers. Just how important was it for your group to see that early, to get all those turnovers early on?
Yeah, I think that's always a great thing. You know what I mean? They've been working hard on it. It's good to see them get rewarded on that end of it. But again, like anything else, we got to keep doing that. You know, we have to keep attacking the ball. We have to continue to play with vision. And if we're in the right position, you know, when our eyes are right, we're going to have opportunities, hopefully, to make plays on the football. And we have to keep doing that if we're going to be a successful defense. But I think that it is a good thing for the guys to get rewarded on that.
How do you assess the run defense on Sunday, and where do you want to kind of see it go from here?
Yeah, I think there's some real good snaps in there, but I think there's some plays where you know, I wasn't pleased with, to be honest with you. And we got to be a little bit more disciplined on a couple snaps there, and that'll be the case all the way up through the end of the season. You know what I mean? Constantly evaluating that, getting on them about the fundamentals of playing great run defense. But there are some things there that the principles we talk about in defending the run that show up, and we made some good stops in the game because of those. But we just have to be really, really consistent, be vigilant on that the rest of the way.
Thanks,
Appreciate you.